Hey there, Pisces fan. How you be? Thank you so much for joining me. I want to see what kind of... You can do it. I believe in you. What kind of... You can do it. Wow. Oh my goodness. They're just like, nope, nope. Hey, what? Nope, nope, nope. Do not. Okay. All right. I won't. Dang. What kind of vibe check do you want to have for July of 2025? Because that felt very stifled and stunted. And when I was just trying to, you know how good it feels to get that good shuffle. You know what I mean? So what's going on, Pisces? Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this and find some advice for you that you could really use right about now, okay? July of 2025. So let's go ahead and cut the deck together, cutting it in 3, middle to the top. I consider tarot like a story. So what's chapter 1? The Knight of Wands, one of the fastest knights in the tarot. So, knights are sent out on their missions, and this is fiery passion. But it can also be courage and strength, you know what I mean? Look at those salamanders on that ensemble, impervious to fire. By the time we reach the royalty of the wand suit, these are the phoenix embodied. You know what I mean? And this one, if anything, if this is you and you're just steaming ahead, just don't be too hasty, okay? Although usually, like, either way it's going to work out, or it tends to work out. Just, don't trample over people along the way, okay? And otherwise, you have a message coming in. Lickety split. That's the second to quickest night. So we're talking more like a week, maybe a month, something like that. Chapter 2 is the 3 of Swords. I'm really noticing this round. See if I have so much blue lighting going on right now. So this card has a lot of gray going on in that background with the rain and everything, right? Gray in the tarot, my friend, can I call you friend, has a tendency to be neutral, non-bias. So to me, I always feel like this is old. These swords have been in that heart for a long time. And it always makes me think of the original Crow movie, the song that, it can't rain all the time, right? So, what does that have to do with things, fam? After that is the 6 of Cups. Interesting. Because the 6 of Cups tends to speak of, like, your childhood. Either children in your life or your inner child, or, like, your childhood. Or, like, when did you last feel so carefree? You know what I mean? Like, you weren't worried about your bills. You weren't worried about your job. You weren't worried about food or clothing or the electric bill. You were just vibing, having fun, and all that good stuff. Maybe someone from your childhood. Maybe you're going to be reconnecting with someone. There may be someone who's older, helping out someone who's younger. This could be family, it could be old friends, reconnecting. But you're safe together. There's a guard over there, right? That may just be part of the healing for you, right? Healing that inner child, healing, finally removing those swords. What's chapter 4? The King of Wands. We found out who sent out that knight. So that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with old wounds and possibly healing that inner child. Because when we get into, like I was saying, we're getting into the Phoenix energy, and this king even has the salamander little buddy. The queen has the black cat. She's the witch of the tarot. I put her on par with the magician. And he's got his little salamander buddy, right? But there's also like a bit of that Leo energy with it. Isn't that the lions and such? That fire energy, right? But it's also very alchemical. Because you see, like, there's stone down there, but there's gold in that throne that he's actually sitting on. Being able to take really painful, crappy situations and alchemize it to gold. So there's the top four. Interesting, the way these cards, I don't know, just like having those between the two is just really, You're getting there, fam. You're getting there. You've been doing the work. You're evolving. Now, that's the four there. What are the four that are going to come underneath and pair up? Underneath the Knight of Wands, we have the Five of Cups. Things have happened. Pisces, you feel everything so deeply. I feel like people tend to have no idea of what's really going on underneath. You've been carrying this and just trying to fake it till you make it, just trying to take care of things and just move on. Sometimes plowing on ahead because you don't know what else to do besides fake it till you make it. But that's with you, right? There's loss here. But I want you to remember that when we see someone wearing black, in like the tarot, that speaks of protection. So you have, healing and mourning with you takes time. And no one has a right to rush you through that. But I feel like you're being asked if this is enough. Is this enough? Can we let it go? Can we heal and feel better? Because there's so much more to experience than that. It's time to turn around and enjoy the new, that beginning with the new cups that are standing right behind you. If only you could turn around, right? Underneath that Three of Swords is the Seven of Pentacles. So someone has been doing the work in this physical plane, in this material world. Hard, determined, focused work. But maybe you feel like you're at a point where, okay, well, I've done all this, so... And you need to remember, you know what? Like, take a breath. Take a breath. Like, you are almost there. This is coming to fruition. The things that you've been working on, the things I like to speak, words, fam, what's going on? When it comes to the Pentacles, that is the earth, and that is slow moving energy. That is the daily work. It doesn't have to be daily grind, but it's daily effort. Cultivating that garden. You have seeds that you planted a while ago, and they look at that plant. That looks beautiful. It's almost, but it's not done cooking, not done baking. There's still things that are healing. But what I want you to remember is that not only do you need to be perfect in order to be able to see these two cups that are right behind you. That new beginning is right there. You just got to turn around and let go of the focus you have on that darkness, that dark night of the soul, that loss, that sadness, that depression. You have done a lot of work. You have made a lot of effort, and it has meant something. There are no backsies. So let's take a moment and look at how far you've come. That bush of pentacles is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. You've done so much work, both consciously and like on the inside, the intuition, your mind, you just got a little bit more to do, okay? You're not done yet. And instead of being mean to yourself and dwelling or, being stuck, you know what I mean? When you've had certain things on your mind and a certain way of thinking for so long, it can be really difficult to make that shift. That's what affirmations and meditation are for. Free us resources to be able to retrain your subconscious, okay? If there's something you felt you need to atone for, you are free and clear, my friend, okay? What's coming up underneath that Six of Cups? Six of Swords, moving on, taking those sides of yourself that you care about, that you're nurturing and caring for, and recognizing, okay, I need to take my mind, my sanity, and get away from these turbulent waters and move into the calm. I need to find my serenity. I need to find my peace. These could be literal people in your life. But you notice that we start off with these two, right? And now we have these two. Okay? You've put in the work and now it's time to move on. And you are safe to do so. Okay? Coming up underneath the King of Wands is the Queen of Pentacles. That nurturing. This could be different sides of you, the masculine, feminine within you, those dualities, right? The ability to move on and be secure within oneself, to rise like a phoenix from the flames, kicking off the ashes, but also understanding that effect that you can have on life and the earth, all right? All of that hard work is coming to pass, is coming to fruition. Whatever you've been focusing on and working on is coming to fruition. It's slow moving. It's going to need your dedication, okay? It's going to need that drive and that strength and resiliency, okay? The fact that you went through those things is all a part of who you are, and you are an incredible human being. I know you don't always feel as strong as you actually are, and that's okay, because it doesn't change the fact that you are. It doesn't change your resiliency. It doesn't change your wisdom, and what a whippersnapper you are. Pisces are incredible human beings, right? And you're just in a very transformative time. We're all dealing with the core things, the root causes, or hopefully we are, right? We're not playing with Band-Aids anymore, and we're just at different points in our journey. So make sure you're not comparing with one another. Be inspired. Remember how it feels to live carefree and hold on to that. Trust that that's where you belong and move right on into it. We got these two sixes, boom, boom, paired up together, fam. What's the caboose? Get that ego out of the way. There's another 5. 5s can speak of conflict, but we have the emotions, a very Piscean card there, but we also have this reminder to get your ego out of the way. Right? Get that id factor out of the way. These, instead of comparing, be inspired. Right? Know what's possible. I might be about to be interrupted. Like maybe you work in a very competitive environment. Like there's nothing, what's been coming to mind for me lately with the one at the end on the caboose, because there's 4 and 4 and then boop, is there's no comparison. Instead of don't meet your idols, stop having idols. Be inspired by them, because that's your peer. They showed you it's possible, and now you're going to do it your own way. Whatever room you step into, you belong, and you know that. You know that, right? This is the, rather than feel like it's competition, nah, you belong in that room. This is healthy competition. They know they belong. These are the people who keep them honest, who help them, you know, to remember like the only person you're competing with really is yourself. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Temperance. So either this is you alchemizing, or needing to remember that you do have a support system, whether it's the angels or, you know, equivalent for you, or your family and friends. Like, you have people, you have beings there to support you and to help you. So if you need help, remember to tap into it. I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people. I'm a Virgo, so we got that polar action going on. You know what I mean? Where I know I have a support system, but I really don't want to bother anyone. I don't want to burden anyone. Stop that. That's what they're there for. And yeah, there may be a line between a therapist or a psychiatrist and your bestie, but they want to be there for you. They love you. You are sacred to them. You know, this may be actual people that you want to bring with you, that you don't want to leave behind. You know, maybe there are people from your childhood that are coming up that, you know, are going to help you be able to get further along in what you're trying to work on. Maybe this is the time that you need to open up and let others be there to do their part. You know what I mean? And you can all work in concert together. Whatever resonates. Either way, get your ego out of the way. Okay, fam? Aww. We got 2 5s, 2 6s, and a 7. Interesting. And the balance of the king and the queen. I have communication is key. New moon in Gemini. So whatever you've got going on, there's that blue of the throat chakra. Be clear and remember that your voice matters too. Okay, fam? Your voice matters too. Okay? And we have the balsamic moon, a time for healing. Okay? It's going to take the time that it needs to take. You just got to take care of yourself. Figure out what that means for you now. Maybe that's something you've struggled, is knowing what self-care really looks like for you. Wow, we're sticking to these colors. Then we have the waxing crescent moon. Have faith in your dreams, fam. Look at how beautiful that is. Have faith in yourself. And another purple, a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Libra is a sign all about balance and air. And you have a lot of swords. You don't have a lot of swords. You have very particular sword cards showing up. The 3 and the 6. Moving on. Pulling them. You need that balance, okay? If you're going to be tapping into the past, let the pain remain in the past. Draw that wisdom from the experience. That's the only thing the past has to offer you right now, okay, fam? The wisdom of it all. What did I say? Adjustments are required. But I feel like you know this because, you know what I mean? I feel like you know this. But some adjustments may be required, okay? Your 3rd quarter moon. Yeah, We've passed the full moon. Things have come to completions and conclusions and stuff, right? Or if you're expecting certain things, just make a little adjustment, a little justy-poo randers. Wow, even on the bottom of the deck is the new moon. A new start is coming. Look at all that purple. So this is your mind. All this crap that's on your mind. And it's not just your emotions. It's your creativity, your passions, right? That's coming to fruition. All of this work is enabling things to come to fruition, okay? So you need to have faith in yourself, all right? Maybe you don't need to rely on others, fine. But you do have others that you're able to let in, even if it's just a couple of people, okay? Okay? Oh, Sam. Oh, just work on those. Those are the chakras that I feel you need to work on. You don't have to agree with me, all right? But this, with the dark, it almost feels like a little bit of that root. Maybe not necessarily, not necessarily the root, but you know, like sometimes in some guided meditations, they'll talk about like tourmaline or black obsidian at your feet, but like under in the ground, a little few 6 inches or whatever beneath you. That shit, that real like uneven beneath you kind of grounding. And then just, you know, that throat chakra, third eye, and that crown. Your intuition is trying to speak with you, fam. So you got to let this pain get out of the way because it's just a distraction. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me, Pisces. I really appreciate the company. All right? Let yourself be loved. You deserve it. You're an incredible human being. Okay? And always remember that I believe in you, fam.